Hello, we're back in Pleasantview, and today we will catch up with the Dreamer household, primarily Hector and his brother Dirk, and they live together right here. So let's jump in. The sun has just risen on this Thursday, and I actually also remember to set it to winter, so we have the correct season. It's a good start. And the family is still asleep. We have Dirk and Chloe in their bedroom here, cuddling together, and their newborn son, David, in his little crib here. We have Hector in his new, pretty sparse bedroom, but still his, you know. And we also have little Jacob in his bed. Looks like he's having a nightmare maybe, but he fell back asleep. So let's start by just taking a look at what we need to get done this morning. We have Dirk, who's going to leave for his job before 9. So I'll have him leave around the same time when Hector and Jacob leaves for school. And also Chloe, but she has a lot of vacation days. So I think my plan was to keep her home with the baby. Yeah, looks like it. So she actually won't go to work today. And then, of course, we have Hector here. He's going to go to school, but he doesn't have a part-time job. And he has a locked-in want here to win the SimCity Scholars Grant, so he actually wants to improve his grades as well. I think they have slipped a bit lately. Right, but what with how early they need to leave, I need to also check up on their needs, if they need to have breakfast. Looks like Hector needs to eat, and Jacob needs to use the bathroom at least. So I think that can have Hector go up and maybe serve up some breakfast. Surprise his family with that. Okay, and yeah, Dirk and Chloe have had the cold, but Dirk is healthy again. Chloe still needs some more rest though, I think. Looks like the thumbnail of this bed is suffering from pink flashing. Right, and we also have their dog out here somewhere. Actually in his little cot, or dog bed, maybe I should say. His name is Max, and it turned out to be a very interesting looking dog last time. Definitely a mix of a lot of different kinds of dog. So what kind of breakfast would Hector serve up for them? Maybe some yogurt. Let's go with that. And in the meantime, I can ask Jacob to get up as well. So this bathroom isn't furnished yet. They haven't had money for it, so they still just have this bathroom downstairs. Chloe has some wants here for promotion and to improve her creativity. I mean, she does have this drafting table, and she's working a lot on that at her job as an, well, architect for the city hall. So she does a lot of city planning, that is. Right, so I think that Jacob is going to have time to have breakfast, and Dirk is feeling really well though, so I think he can sleep in if he wants to. Chloe doesn't really have to go up yet, and looks like the baby is doing fine so far. Yeah. So this has been Hector's first night, really, in this new house, and yeah, I'm excited to see what changes he's going to go through. So far he's been pretty subdued and a little bit awkward around his peers at school as well. For some reason, he doesn't have the best opinion of Chloe right now. I don't know why, but I would like that to change for sure. Interesting enough, he hasn't actually met the baby yet. I need to fix that as well. But yeah, so looking at what relationships he has, he is pretty close with Laurent Brunig and also Jolie Bruti. But besides those two, not very many. He has been close with Matthew, but it looks like they have drifted apart a bit. And that looks like it's pretty much it so far. So go ahead and have another bowl. We're pretty hungry this morning. And this little guy also wants to make a friend. He actually had his first day at school last time I played. Met a couple of kids and well, he's already fairly close with Tom Lillard actually. They might have attended the daycare center together. Then Simone Lillard appears to be someone he interacted with at school. Also Elizabeth. Oh yeah, they were hanging out outside in the afternoon. Right. Yeah, but it would be nice if they could make friends actually, now that they're living together. Maybe Jacob is going to take after Hector a little bit. Oh, nice. Chloe is healthy again. That's great. So yeah, it's prompting Dirk to drive to work, but he's actually gonna head to his community lot as well. I think the school bus should be here for the boys. Yeah. I think you can actually go ahead and leave with the bus. You can leave the dishes for Chloe. Oh, no, you're not gonna go to work though, Chloe. Yeah, you can actually just head downstairs and have breakfast. And Dirk, you can just make the bed, then get dressed. So I'm here with John Burb, preparing for heading to the high school. And yeah, he's using this early morning to tend to his garden in this greenhouse behind the house. And yeah, I think that John, at this point of his life, is really thinking of like, why can't this be every day? Why can't I just spend the my days tending to my garden, cleaning stuff up? You know, it's winter now, but there's all of these leaf piles around. Apparently, he got the gold gardening badge at this point. So yeah, he definitely is thinking about retirement at this stage. And actually, I think the same goes for Brandi. She has apparently 9 vacation days left. So, you know, I think that she at least is going to use some of it up to stay home today. But yeah, I think that she also, you know, wants to retire at this point. So I'm going to have to think about who can replace her at this school as well. So just change into your everyday and stay home today, Brandi. That's totally fine. And I think that John soon is going to have to abandon this. His plants are sickly, unfortunately. So I was hoping that I would be able to at least tend to all of them before he leaves. Yeah. And then we have Poppy leaving for school, as well as Will, actually. This is going to be his first day at the high school as well. So it's going to be exciting. Why are you leaving, Brandi? I told you not to go to work. Do you want to go to work so badly? I guess it's old habit. No, actually, have the day off today. Just enjoy it. Great. And John actually finished up with the garden. So I'm just going to leave it here. It's still sickly, but going up at least. And we can have him go to his community lot. So John has just arrived at the high school. And I'm going to go ahead and start summoning in my Sims. So I've got the Sim Blender in here, and I'm going to use my spreadsheet, of course, that I've prepared with everything. So yeah, I counted it, and we are going to have 19 teenagers in here today. Yeah, some of them are new. It's going to be these 5, Hallie Stratton, Nico Brunig, Amelia, Nathan Cox, and Will Burb, who have not been here before. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and summon in the kids and also the teachers. There we go. So here we have all of the kids summoned in. and also the teachers here in the corner. So yeah, something that I think I'm gonna have to do to start out is to make sure that all of them know each other, because that's something that I want to do through these schools, is make sure that the people within Pleasantview get to know one another organically. But as you might have seen in the previous episode, just having them go up to each other and greet one another takes a very long time. And what with this many Sims, we're going to be here for a while if I attempt that. So I actually have an alternative solution for that, and that is using the Sim Blender. Then I can catch the relationships that are missing more easily and more quickly. So if I just start with one of the kids who have their first day here, Will Burb, and if I go to relationships and then just click the first sim here, I can go to set remove, and then if it says set haven't met, then it means they haven't met each other yet. So if I pick this, it's gonna give them a relationship. And if I go back in here and look again at the sim, it's gonna say remove have met. So that way I can quickly just run through these and see which ones he has not yet met. Make sure that he meets those sims, and then I'm good to go basically. So that's going to be a lot quicker. So I'm going to run through that and catch up with you later. All right, I've run through it all and I've made sure that all of them have met each other. So I'm going to go ahead and just ask the teachers to meet up in the teacher's office and sit down to just have a morning meeting. And Cassandra is the only one who actually has a job outfit, because I want her to have the lab coat on as the science teacher. So I'm going to use Tom's clothing tester in here, and her career level is level 4 in the science career. There we go, and I'm sure it's going to lag a little bit now that I start time. Yep, a lot of sims to to decide what they're gonna do. So I'm just gonna take it slowly here. Pause and unpause a few times. And Cassandra, you can go ahead and sit in that chair. Yeah. So the kids are starting to think about what they want to do. I think that's what's causing this lag spike. So see again. Great. Looks like it's stabilized a little bit here. Hugo is starting by giving Hector a noogie. Hector is being sweet and is complimenting Hugo. First thing that he does. It was the same actually with when he met up with his sister in the last episode. He does not want to be tickled by Matthew, apparently. That's fair. Right, and he's gonna greet Laurent as well. They're close. Okay, great. But we have 9 here, and I'm gonna go ahead and start the lessons. So let's have Cassandra go here, and Orlando can go here to start that out, and John can go ahead and just work at home. Let's go with logic. And then I'm gonna have to see where the ages change in a good midpoint here. Yeah, I think it might be good between Alba and Nero, because then we have a few kids in the upper year, and then like about half has the younger kids. So, ooh, apparently Alba wants to go steady with Hugo. I'm gonna lock that one in. Does he want to? Yeah, he also wants to go steady with her. That's sweet. I'm gonna have to arrange something then. Was it also? Yeah, I also saw Archie wanted to go steady with Hazel. Is that the same for her? No, she's thinking about the burglar and getting promoted and stuff. So, okie dokie. But yeah, so let's just have them start that out, and then I can send the kids in there. Okay, Matthew is gaining fame. That's nice. It's a fortune sim though, not a popularity sim. Okay, so Cassandra's arrived, so I'm gonna very quickly activate the science journal and then have her lecture on science. That way, hopefully no one else tries to also lecture at the same time. And I'm gonna assign this class to the older kids. I'm just gonna ask them to attend the science lecture, but I think I'm gonna do a few at a time to not overwhelm my game, hopefully. Okay, looks like Valerie's already on the way to the science class. Yeah, and Nero is also on his way. And then the other kids are going to be downstairs. So let's just see. Okay, Orlando wanted to also attend the lecture, but you're going to hold your own lecture down here, Orlando. So I'm going to activate the school book and have him teach lesson. And then I can continue here with Alba. Apparently Will has sat down in the library on his own to sit here and read. Yeah, he's painfully shy, so I guess he he escaped to the library, but it's time for class, Will. I think he's one of the nicest sims I've had in a long time, so it's gonna be interesting to see how he gets along with his peers and how he develops. See, this looks like it's working fairly well. Just Amelia, whose interaction was interrupted. Gonna ask her again. See, so they find seats as well. Yeah, looks good. And yes, the science class is running well. They split each other, they split up very evenly here into rows. That's nice. Cool. So apparently Hector sat down here next to Hallie. They're pretty close in age, so I think that might be a good friendship to pursue, maybe. And yeah, it's past 9, so I can also go ahead and summon in Amin to take care of lunch. There he is, and he actually is in level 6 in the culinary career, so I'm gonna also give him his work outfit. Cool, there we go. Right, and yes, I'm gonna have to start by changing the number of servings with the variable meal server, and it was 19 kids. So yeah, if I start with 10 and then finish up with 9, I can do it in 2. Or maybe, yeah. It's better to do it in 2 because I also want him to get some training in his cooking skills. So let's do it like that. So serve breakfast. It's early enough to be breakfast food, unfortunately. Yeah, let's just go with hamburgers, I guess. And something I tried last time that was actually working really well was locking him in. That way I can be sure that it's actually gonna serve on these tables and not anywhere else. So gonna use that winning strategy again. So I'm gonna have John lock allow me only. And then Amin can continue cooking here. Hopefully serving it all in the right place. Yeah, so with this many kids now, I might have to start thinking about, space, things like that, because I'm just one sim away from not having enough, well, 2 sims away from not having enough room in this classroom. Although in this classroom it was still fine. We have 4 more spots. But I mean, if the hood keeps growing, eventually I might have to think about adding in a 3rd teacher and a 3rd classroom as well. That might be fun. Just gotta figure out where to squeeze in another classroom then. But I guess I could build onto this as well. I've actually also been working with, positioning out the teens in different clubs, because once they're done with lunch, they're gonna head to their club activities. And yeah, that's also been a bit of a challenge. So, oh, has Valerie stopped attending the lecture? Yeah, attend it, please. All right. Don't know what happened. But yeah, so I might have to think about trying to add in another club activity as well. Oh my god, did he burn the food? Yeah. Delicious. I guess some kids are gonna be very happy with their lunch and other ones are not gonna be very pleased today. Yummy school food, huh? I guess that's realistic. Okay, so let's... this was 10, right? Yes, it's 10. So next is gonna be 9. Good. And then you can serve some more hamburgers. Okay, John is done with his article. And it's almost time for the lectures to end, so not that he's hungry, really. I guess he can sit down in the lunchroom anyway. Because it's just about time for the lectures to end. It's 11, and I'm gonna cancel the interaction and deactivate the epic. Gonna do the same thing for Orlando down here. Nice. And yeah, unfortunately the opportunity pack messes around with their needs, so I'm gonna bump down the hunger for both of them. They should be hungry after all. And Cassandra can go ahead and start cooking up her TV dinner while Orlando sits down. How are things going in here? He's about to start cooking up the burgers. Yeah, I think he wants to serve it up in the science classroom. So they're perfectly good tables down here, I mean. Yeah, I think he's gonna serve it in here now, so I can unlock the door probably and have the kids... Oh, it looks like Nasim is about to head downstairs anyway. He wants to wait for food though, so maybe I should just assign them to eat. Some of them are starting on their own though, so that's good. Oh no, is there a lonely burger here? Oh no, is Will gonna have to sit on his own? That's so sad. But I mean, I guess he might have done that because he's so shy. Oh my goodness. Well, is he gonna become a lone wolf? Is that a thing? Okay, who is not here? One straggler somewhere. Maybe it's quicker to actually look through the halls. Ah, Jason. He might have been like sitting up there and waiting for food, but to come downstairs to eat. Nice. And then Amin can head upstairs and have some lunch as well. Oh, apparently one of them ate in here. Even though I've tried to prevent it earlier, but oh well. Okay, John, you can clean that up. And then Amin can take care of that one, I guess. And we have both Orlando and Cassandra sitting here. I think it's because their fun went down so much with the opportunity pack. Yeah. Well, they still have their lunch hour, so I'm gonna let them do it. Although actually, I would rather they interacted with one another. Maybe they can just, chat. And then, yeah, John can sit here with Amin while he eats his lunch. Yeah, so it looks like Hector is getting along here with the other kids. It's good to see. He's actually opposite, one of his best friends, actually, and next to Matthew, who he has been getting along with as well. It looks like Poppy and Will are helping out, cleaning stuff up at their father's school. So, yeah, maybe it's because they're part of the family or something. I have noticed that John is also tending to clean up more than the other Sims. Right, but it's 1 p.m. So it's time to start with the club activities. And this is what I've put together. We have Jason, Alba, Hector, Will, and Amelia in the art club. We have Hazel, Laurent, Nero, Poppy, and Nico in the music club. And I only have 4 instruments right now, so I'm going to have to add in 1 more. And then in the chess club, we have Nasim, Julie, Hugo, and Hallie. And in the school paper, we have Valerie, Natalia, Archie, Matthew, and Nathan. So I'm gonna just ask them to, do their club activities here. Right, so for the school paper, I am just asking them to write articles. So it's going to be random what they actually write about. And it looks like we have Valerie, who's going to write a mechanical one. And Archie is going to do body, which is very fitting, I feel like. And also Natalia is going to do mechanical, which is also pretty fitting, I think. And Matthew's going to do cleaning. So I think that for all of this, what it actually turned out to be is very fitting. So the last person, which is Nathan, is just finishing up his lunch. Okay, and he's going to work on cooking, apparently. So that's a bit more of a wild card, I guess. So yeah, the school paper is ready. And let's move over to maybe chess. Oh, and also I think I have to take care of the adults here. So why don't you clean that one up? Amin can clean that one up. And Cassandra can work at home logic. Same with Orlando, work at home logic. Looks like they've just been hanging out here in the library until now. Right, with the chess club. So it was Nasim. Oh, apparently Natalia is already done, so I'm going to have to ask her to start another one then. It's going to be cooking this time, apparently. Right, so they're moving to the chess club, and let's do the music club. And I'm actually also going to have to buy another instrument. And I've gone with the, acoustic classical instruments here, so I'm going to continue with that theme, I think. Let's just get him another violin. Right. So they're starting to move to the right places, although a lot of sims are in the way here, looks like. Okay, so his was interrupted. I have to redo it. I think maybe also Laurent is having issues. Yeah. Okay, and Will was actually supposed to be in the art club, so should be the last ones left here now. Good. The art club is up and running. What does it look like up here? Yeah, also the chess club is running. And almost the music club as well, but someone is missing. I think it's Hazel, right? Yeah, practice please. Okay, Cassandra is done with her article. But actually, I think Cassandra can go ahead and sit here to have another meeting with John. You can stop cleaning up because that's not your job. I'm gonna keep asking Amin to do that. He actually needs to head downstairs now. Yes, take care of all of these things here. Great, so John and Cassandra have made it to his office. And they're sitting here chatting, and As I mentioned earlier, John has really been thinking about his retirement, and he's already asked Cassandra previous to this if she would be up for, taking on the position as principal, and she has agreed. They haven't decided on when it's going to happen, but I think that John is going to push for it being very, very soon. So I think that he's very ready to just retire, hand over the responsibility to Cassandra. And I think that they are discussing, how that is going to actually go down. So I think that, of course, this wasn't what Cassandra had in mind when she took on this position at the school. I think that her mind was that she would just continue working as a science teacher and then retire after that. But yeah, the allure of the power that comes with this position has definitely been something on her mind. And yeah, what with everything else going on in her life right now, feeling so powerless and people disappearing and getting out of her control, this would be something that could give her something back, one could say. So yeah, I think that she's not opposed to taking on this responsibility sooner rather than later. And yeah, what I'm gonna do is, I think that once I'm back with John, once he's back from work, I am going to have him invite Cassandra over and hand over the deed to her. So she actually becomes the owner of this lot. And then, yeah, I'm going to have John retire. So that's an era coming to an end, I feel like. He's been a really, responsible and sweet headmaster, following in Jan Tellerman's footsteps. He's really changed things around for the better, I think. And yeah, we're going to have to see how things change when Cassandra has the reins instead. Yeah, and that is actually 3 p.m. So that is the end of the school day. And we're moving back a little bit in time to when Dirk left for work. So we're going to follow him to his job as well. And well, it's a little bit until 9 when his shop is about to open. I did employ him in the Slacker career, so he's a convenience store clerk right now. So these are the work hours that I'm sticking to for him. So he actually wanted to do exactly what I was gonna ask him to do as well. That is clean up around the shop a little bit. It is winter now after all, so there's not going to be any more leaf piles if he rakes them up now. So hopefully he can clean stuff up a little bit here, and yeah, we can get the shop opened. Well, he had time for one anyway, so let's just leave that how it is and go ahead and open the business. Now, something that I have been thinking about here is adding in an invisible fence so that only Dirk can go behind the counter. And, clicking around, it looks like I haven't yet done it. So I'm actually going to do that at once. So I'm going to pick out an invisible fence. Ooh, these aren't actually on tiles. It's on quarter tiles. It should work anyway like this. Yeah. And then if I put in the gate, pick the invisible one, move objects on maybe. Yeah, that seems to work. Ate up almost all of their money. Actually, I can add back 200 simoleons because, yeah, this isn't even supposed to be like a gate. It's just going to help with not having customers come around the back. So if I just click the gate here and lock allow me only, then I think that should fix the issue, unless they can like magically go through here, but I don't think they have so far, so I think I should be good. Great. And yeah, you can go ahead and use the bathroom. Apparently you needed that. And then let's see what customers we get here. So far the business is rank 5. I actually did earn money last time. Might have been money rewards though. I don't remember. no employees, and 31 loyalty stars apparently. We need 14 more for the next level. Just gonna have Dirk do some basic sales here then. Well, we only have townie so far. Oh, here we have Lily Doe. Nice. Do they know each other? No. She used to be together with Lilith, though. So they have met, but I don't think... I mean, I guess Lilith is a bit of a sore subject for him. I bet that someone who has been together with his ex wouldn't be the first person he would try to befriend. I think that even though they're not a couple, haven't been for a very long time, Dirk is still feeling protective of Lilith due to all of their history. Oh, I can't afford to restock. So I guess he's just gonna have to ring up the customers first. How are you doing with the badges, Dirk? Right, he's got silver in everything. So that's good. That's gonna make things quicker, even though he doesn't have any help yet in the store. Yeah, he should be able to afford the restocking now, hopefully. I do think that was the issue last time, that people bought up the stuff way quicker than he had the chance to restock it. So, okay, we got someone here who needs a bit of help. Erica Lee. Oh, he actually prioritized that over Natalia. I see. Oh, hi there, Dustin. Yeah, hurry and ring her up because she's quickly losing stars. Yeah, so Dirk and Dustin have known each other since they were children, but they are not close. I don't think they have been hanging around the same people. Oh, nice. We have Ophelia coming here as well. I can show you her new makeover. I felt like she had been looking the same for a very long time, and I wanted to give her something warm for winter as well. So I changed out her hairstyle and, yeah, the clothing. So I think this looks really nice. Okay, so let's see if he can actually restock now. Got someone here that I haven't given a makeover, apparently. I mean, I guess he can keep that those clothes, but maybe he should have at least a different hairstyle. Oh, interesting. He's got like, I think maybe red eyebrows and blonde hair. Okay. I mean, already this is much better. Let's go with that one. Now about those eyebrows. Yeah, they are red. Let's let him keep those. Yeah, the stubble is actually also red. Interesting. Yeah, let's just have it very light like this. Should work. And actually also Tiffany. But I guess maybe when she has been browsing, it's gonna trigger for her. Looks like Lily and Erica are getting along. That's nice. Oh, Dustin interrupted what he was doing and became very angry. Yeah. Fits him, I guess. Okay, so I guess Tiffany's makeover isn't triggering. Okay, so for some reason I didn't recognize that one. But yeah, let's just ring up the customers instead. So yeah, Dirk and Ophelia actually lived together at one point, so they're still close. That's nice. So how are we looking at the cash tracker? We've earned 66 simoleons so far, so not very much. But I think that there's quite a bit of stuff here in people's shopping bags. Dustin is really not happy about his things here. Maybe I can try having Dirk sell him something, but I mean, I don't really think he has a lot of spending money. Maybe he should buy like something like this. So Show item to... Oh, we can't show it to Dirk. Is Dirk leaving? Guess he might be. Well, why don't you sell some more stuff here? Oh, Ophelia's back. Okay. Can't get enough, apparently. Can you sell this to Dusty now? No, we can't. Okay. What about if you greet him? How about now? Yeah, no, it worked. Good. Hopefully that will move things along. And then ring her up, and then he can sell to Dustin. Hopefully that will change things. Oh, but Kia needs help as well. So I think it might be about time that Dirk went ahead and got himself an employee. Let's see how much money he earns at the end of the day, and I can see about that. Oh, he's got the gold sales badge now. Awesome. Then quickly move over to Dustin. I think Dazzle is probably overkill, but okay, so it almost worked, but I think he needs to focus on restocking again. Okay, and Tiffany is done. Apparently she bought quite a lot because she's got I think this is the second level of bag with the recolors I have. Come on now, Dustin. Yes, good. I think I might go ahead and close the shop after he's done with Dustin, because he's going to need some time to restock and also look into getting an employee, I think. So, sorry, Edith, we're closing early today. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Ophelia actually ended up getting. We spent a lot of money after all. Okay, so let's go ahead and restock. Okay, so before I restock, he earned 3,284. But that's not going to stick. I mean, it is going fairly well with the customers. They are actually buying stuff on their own. He doesn't often have to encourage them by selling to them. So maybe I could raise it from average to high or whatever the next step is. So, you know, with all of these things to do on his own and trying to rub the little money that he has together to make things work, I think that the offer that Malcolm gave him last time is on his mind. He's trying not to think about it, but it is a tantalizing offer, certainly, to have his business become part of Landgrab Industries. That would really help him forward, no doubt, even if he's disgusted by the thought of it. He can't deny that it would be a good thing for the business to become part of that. But yeah, on the other hand, Dirk really detests those large corporations, and the thought of having his own business that he built on his own, even if it was built with the Goth fortune in part, he did all of this by himself. So to see that become part of someone else's company, I think is not the greatest thing in Dirk's mind. But of course, he's thinking about it. So at the end of the day, it's almost 1,000 simoleons, which isn't a lot. But yeah, I mean, it's more than what he would have gotten if he just worked here, right? This is the daily salary, right? So cash flow to date, 15 simoleons. Nice. Right. But maybe I should try then to raise the prices of stuff. Expensive. No, I can try it and see how it works next time. Oh, no, not the counter. Yeah, let's try it and see what happens, really. So maybe Dirk can go ahead and just keep cleaning up a bit out here. And then he should be good to leave. Great. So let's go back home. So Dirk is back, and I'm gonna go ahead and send him straight back to work, for real this time. And he does have a job stopinator, right? Yes, he does. Awesome. So let's see. Drive to work. Great. So we just have Chloe and the baby and the dog left. Speaking of the dog is leaving pee puddles out on the road. And I recently got annoyed with this and looked into how to stop this from happening. I've been trying to figure out, like, there's an invisible pee pad that you can put out at back, but I was getting a bunch of error messages using that for some reason. So I actually looked into what is causing this. Why do they always go to the same spot? And it turns out that there's actually an invisible marker here somewhere that's telling the dog that this is your preferred spot to go to. So what you can actually do, okay, go ahead and just temporarily move this away. You see, this is where the pee puddles are. So if I take out this object, that's the stuck object remover. I think it's also called the burninator or something like that. And if I put that down here, where the pee puddles are, and then just go into live mode, hit play, then it's gonna burninate some stuff here. So it has now burninated that pee puddle. That was one object, this one, and this one. So it didn't actually get the token. So I'm gonna go back in here and try to put it also on the ones next to where the puddles were. Let's see if that does anything. Yes, this is what I'm looking for. Destination has been burninated. And that is actually what the dog is using to find where to go potty. So I'm gonna go to Max here and drag down the bladder so that he goes to the bathroom again. And then we can actually check where he chooses next time. And if I'm not happy with it again, I can do the same thing until I am pleased with the spot that he chooses. And apparently he needs the bath as well. Let's see if he goes out. Yes. So question is where? Looks like it might be somewhere out front then. Oh, it's okay. It's right by here. So I'm not happy with that either. I think it might be just next to the letterbox or something. So now this is tricky because if I put it on here, it's gonna remove the staircase, I think. So let's just remove this so I don't accidentally delete that one and just put 3 of them in here. Oh, the stairs has been burninated anyway. Okay. But I did get the destination, so that's good. I just have to, yeah, unfortunately redo this. My goodness. Right, let's do this again and see what other spot he picks. Looks like he's about to dig a hole in the yard. Well, Chloe is busy with the baby, so to change his diaper as well. Are you gonna do it now? Yeah, okay. Looks like he's going inside. Is he potty trained? Yes, so it should be like out back, hopefully. Yes, okay, this is pretty much perfect. This is what I wanted. So here he can happily go. I don't have to worry about that. And yeah, things are settled. So good. You have taken care of the babies. You can go ahead and put him back in the crib. And let's give the dog a bath. Right, and I think actually that I ended up putting in some invisible fencing last time, but I didn't use the ones that don't have a shadow. So here, for example, you can see that there's a weird shadow. So I can actually go ahead and change that out because now I have this one Moy's invisible meshless fence. If I just remove this, just removing the money I get because this one is free as well. And I also think I had it here somewhere. Maybe like, is it here? Yeah. There we go. So then I don't have that harsh shadow, but the Sims will route properly around the house. Can I greet the mail carrier? Hopefully not chase him. Yeah, that's good. Oh, escaped, right? Yeah. So it looks like Chloe is thinking about family and friends right now, wanting to catch up. She's actually 100 over 100 with Lucy, so but she wants to call her up. And also her little brother, Zachary, but they're also 100 over 100. She has been slipping away from Bruce, looks like. She's close friends with Jennifer Pleasant for some reason. Not sure why. Right, and her colleagues as well, she has, slipped away from a bit. Yeah, so maybe I can work on some of those stuff as well. Okay, Max, let's try to get you clean here. It seems like a bit of a pig pen. Oh, okay. Let's try this again. Okay, for some reason it's not working. Not sure what is in the way now. Oh, now it worked. Good. Yeah, because he's also like digging out in the garden and stuff. Yeah, he is a pig pen, so that's why. All right. That's good. Now he behaved, so let's praise him. Right, and we have a little baby alone up here in the crib. He's sleeping right now, but it's much nicer to actually have the baby around the mother, I feel like, when she's at home with him anyway. So I'm gonna put in one of these dangle masters. Yeah, maybe that's a good spot for it. But you can go ahead and just freshen up a bit first. And yeah, she did take care of breakfast, except this. This I actually have to throw away, unfortunately. Then the newspaper can be recycled as well. This one has to be filled in. This one I'm a bit annoyed by because it's not part of the lot. And I'm not sure, like, maybe it's part of this lot or something. But I don't know how it would have ended up here either. So for some reason there's a weird glitchy leaf puddle here. Leaf pile. Yeah, it's weird. I guess maybe it like fell out of this tree and for some reason ended up over. I have no idea. It's a mystery. So Max is pretty well behaved, right? Yes, learned to eat and sleep in the right place and everything. Almost learned about this. I need to keep an eye on the shoeing though, because he's still a bit destructive. There's quite a bit of garden work to do. She's thinking about calling over her brother. And he's a student still, so maybe he would have time to come over. Maybe she can have like Zachary and Brandon over to help her with the garden, because there's so many leaf piles here. Yeah, let's just invite him over. Maybe both Brandi and Brandon, actually. They can bring the dogs, why not? But yeah, I think that her older brother, Randy, is pretty busy with work today, so he can't come over, probably. So let's just see. We have Zachary here. Yeah, and also the parents. Nice. Greet everyone. Great. So I should be able to just make them all selectable and keep an eye on the time as well, so it doesn't pass 6 p.m. So Brandon can go ahead and rake here. Brandi can take this. Chloe can go ahead and just fill up the bowl on the way and then grab this part. Zachary, do you need to use the bathroom? Okay. No, I don't think so. Let's just go to this part of the garden. And yeah, let's see what the dogs get up to. I think that they are pretty well behaved. So it shouldn't be a problem. Actually, have you met your grandchild? Little David? I don't think you have. I'm not sure if they have even met Jacob. I think they have met Jacob because I did have a family reunion kind of thing when I played them last. So I think that they have. Yeah, they need to go upstairs and meet the baby later. Now, speaking of the baby, is he still sleeping? No. I think maybe I should just interrupt Chloe and have her bring him down to the Dangle Master then. Right. Okay. Time isn't gonna move for him though. Apparently I left him at 1 hour until the final exam when I played him last. But since I don't have a semester tester on this lot, it won't matter. So he's gonna be stuck on 1 hour until the exam. So, oh, Brandon is healthy again. Nice. Oh, nice. We have Hector back from school. And he's going to his new room to drop off the homework. Looks like he's met everyone except Zachary. So I think maybe he should just go out and greet him. Do you have the baby now, Chloe? Yes. So let's just put him in the Dangle Master. Can interrupt that. And just do a tough handshake, I guess. Oh, Hector liked that. He's fairly shy, but maybe it's part of like being nice or something then. You just have a little chat. Great, so the baby is in the Dangle Master, and well, you can go back here to raking, I guess. How are things going for Brandi? Oh, she's very efficient. Brandon as well, nice. So I think that she's gonna be able to just dispose of this. Question is though, with this bigger garden, it seems like a waste not to have that. Oh, what is it called? Yeah, the compost bin. I might just put in the compost bin just in case I want to use it to have a garden later, so that they actually have compost. Yeah. Let's do that. And then she can add it to compost instead. Nice. So Brandon is done with his part here. So I'm going to have him go in here and interact a bit with his grandson. And Brandi can continue with these piles. How are things going out here? They have been chatting a bit, but I guess he can continue raking. And Hector wants to have some fun. And, well, besides tinkering, he's a little bit into film and literature. So I guess he could sit down and read or something, but they don't really have a bookshelf that I can see. Do they have one upstairs? No. Yes. In here, actually. So why don't you... You know what? Maybe he wants to have a bookshelf and a chair in his own room. That seems like something I could add in for him. Watch me spend all their money again. Seems like that's always what's happening. But yeah, this should be fairly cheap. Yeah, that's fine. So he can just read. What would Hector be into? I guess a mystery, maybe. Yeah, it's still gonna remind me about Zachary, but... Right, so Brandon is gonna meet his little grandson here. Yeah, you can see that Brandi is upset with Brandon. But it looks like they have gone back up again. They're not, she's not in love with him right now, but yeah, that's what happens when you cheat and get found out by your family. For some reason, that didn't actually make him meet him, so I guess he's gonna have to cuddle him then. Max, have you met the other dogs in here? No, you haven't. Maybe I should just do... Is it like that? Control pets on. And then, yes, it is. So if you just go ahead and sniff Zuzi first. She ran away though. Maybe he should go ahead with Eve instead. Oh, okay. He's doing it anyway. Right, good. So Brandon has met little David. So just cuddle him another time, I think. Brandy's still busy out here. Great, you can go ahead and put him back. You can actually start working with these. That's going to take a while to walk all of the way to the front of the house. Yeah, they're starting to feel a bit hungry, so I think I'm going to have to have Chloe eventually serve up some well-deserved dinner for them as well. Oh, Brandon is so upset that he has to clean. Okay, so Zachary has actually also finished up there, but he hasn't met David, so he can do that. Looks like maybe he hasn't met Jacob either, because he's home from school now and he's not showing up here. So I have to fix that, but yeah, Brandon has met him and also Brandi. That's good. Oh, and Dirk is home, but he's exhausted because I've played him so much, so I'm gonna have to bump him up a bit. And actually, what I was thinking about Dirk and Hector was that I think that, Chloe has been pushing Dirk a bit for a long time to get some new clothes, because he's been wearing this, I think, ever since he aged up into an adult. And also we have winter now, so I could get him something warmer. And that's actually also a good timing for Hector, because he's wearing this very anonymous clothes that I feel like his mother picked out for him. So it would be nice to actually also have him go out together with his older brother and look for something new to wear. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's see here. We have this card that they made together in here. So maybe I should just bring this out there instead. And yeah, they can go together in that car. I guess Hector is the owner of this one. And yeah, so what's going to happen when I leave is that they are going to be unselectable again. So I guess I'm just going to do that at once. Hopefully they still keep doing what I told them to do anyway. Yes, make him unselectable as well. Because they're not part of the family, that's just how it works. And I'm gonna have Dirk go somewhere with Hector. Yeah, and it's gonna be the clothing store at 330 Main Street. The brothers are arriving to the clothing store. Very nice. So let's take a look here who we have on the lot. Looks like we have Jason and Sophie in the cafe. Oliver, also Ricky being tickled by Opal Cocker. All right. We got Don Lothario. Is there anyone in the wedding store? No. No. No one here. Oh, except Johnson Hamilton, apparently, in the clothing store. Cool. Well, I don't think that Hector is particularly close with Jason, right? No, but he is attracted to him, though. I didn't remember that Jason was bisexual. Let me take a take a look at that. That's interesting, actually. Yeah, he is actually. And that could be something worth to keep in mind, anyway. Right, but they are here to look at clothing, so let's just have them walk in here. Right, so the boys have had a bit of a heart-to-heart, and Hector finally feels ready to try to find something for himself for once. So I'm gonna start by having him try something on. It's gonna be every day. Let's see what I can find for him. All right, so it's gotta be something that's, warm for winter, but that also sort of captures Hector's personality. When he was a child, he was wearing like a bow tie and a suit jacket and things like that. So, yeah, he's never really been allowed his own agency when it comes to things like this. Being into working with cars, I think maybe he would look into something more practical than what he's been wearing now, and something with a little bit more character as well. But he's also a little shy, so maybe nothing too outlandish. Like nothing like this, I don't think. And it's gotta be warm as well for winter, of course. Yeah, something like this could be interesting for him because it also has a turtleneck and he's used to wearing something like that. But it's also layered and yeah, looks a little bit more interesting than what he's been wearing so far. It also brings in a little bit more of Dirk's, rocky style that he's also been having. So maybe he's taken a little bit of inspiration from his older brother. But question is what colors he would be wearing, because so far he's been wearing mainly like black and blue, I would say. Yeah, I could try that and see what that looks like on him. Hi, Ricky. Oh, it gave him some random pants as well. So those are gonna cut through the shirt a little bit, I think. Um, I think you're in the way, Dirk. You're using the mirror that Hector was about to use. Right, so, you know, taking a look at this, we can get a good angle. I mean, I do feel like this color suits him. It for sure has more character than what he's been wearing so far. And I like this sort of blue flannel as well with the details. Maybe I can try on another color and see if that looks even better. I was actually also curious about this one, so I think I want him to try that one on as well. Yeah, I think, somehow this screams Hector more than the earlier one. It's not as colorful, but I feel like he's not really into those kinds of colors anyway. This, yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna go with, honestly. He looks very happy about the one as well. So it's got the more dark blue flannel on it, but I think that works. And I think I can keep the pants that he's already wearing. So the only thing left then is for Dirk to find something as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and have him just buy every day. And then he can actually purchase that for Hector as well while he's buying something for himself. Okay, Hector needs to use the bathroom, so I'm just gonna send him over here to do that. Oh, it's already busy. Actually, Dirk was almost stuck in the bathroom. Okay, let's see if Hector can route there on his own. Okay, so what should Dirk get? He's been wearing those skinny jeans for a long time as well, so maybe it's time to get him something more adult. I kind of like this for Dirk, actually. I feel like that suits his personality. Yeah, Let's go with that one, but let's see what pants he can get as well. Apparently he already has this in his wardrobe. And that would work. And this is what he's wearing, but that's definitely not going to work. Yeah, I think that the ones that he actually had in his wardrobe will work well enough. So let's go with that shirt and then just go back to teenager and find that shirt again for Hector. Yeah, good. So he's got those two. Let's buy them. Awesome. And let's start by changing Dirk's outfit. Hector, you can come over here. Yeah, great. And you can also plan your outfit then. Ooh, I'm gonna have to get new pants if that doesn't work. Yeah, because they became overweight as well just before this, and this shirt doesn't have that morph. So, but pants do. So I'm gonna have to actually also get new pants for him. So let's just also buy pants then. Yeah, let's try these. For some reason they seem to fit. So hopefully they don't have that morph either, so it will work with the shirt. And let's try this again. Yeah, it worked. Good. So let's go with that then. Hector has some nice new clothes. So yeah. Great. Well, mission accomplished. And I think that the two of them can head back home unless we still have Jason here. Doesn't look like it though. He might have gone home. Yeah, okay. But in that case, let's just have them drive back home. So they're coming back to the house. Very nice. And actually, Zachary had to leave, so he's not here anymore. But I think Brandi and Brandon should be somewhere. Yeah, we have Brandi here. Okay, they're both in here. So I'm going to make them selectable again. And apparently Chloe is taking care of the baby here. So Brandon, has already met him. So he doesn't need to do anything, but it would be nice for Brandi to meet him. So maybe Chloe can hand him over and she can change the diaper. But I was actually also wanting to, try to have these two reconcile. So maybe if he admires her, let's start there. And that's good. And they're actually becoming best friends again. So that's nice. So maybe if he is like charming her. Yeah, seems like it might be working. And how about a romantic hug? Yeah, that works. Will she accept a hand kiss? Yeah, she did. Nice. Okay, so he's back in her good graces, but she still doesn't have a crush on him or is in love with him or anything. So I think he's gonna have to put in some more work on that, actually. So I think you can stop nursing him and hand him over to your mother. Or so I thought. Maybe she has to just stop this first. How about now? I was so sure that she would be able to do that. Maybe they have to be part of the family. So I'm just going to check if she can do it with, she can hand the David to Dirk, but not to someone who's not part of the family. So that's why. Okay, I guess. And that, she can put him on the floor and then Brandi can pick him up. And you guys still have to keep working here on the garden. So why don't you go ahead and add these to compost? And Brandon can keep going with this. Let's see if Brandi can take care of little David here. Dirk apparently broke the sink. Hector wants to use the bathroom, and they are quite hungry, all of them as well. So I guess, oh, this is dirty, so let's start by cleaning that. But then Dirk can go ahead and serve dinner. You know, actually I can add in a grill out here. And they can have some barbecue. Let's put it there. Great, you can go upstairs and change his diaper. Or so I thought. Okay, so she can't use the... Okay. I guess it's not as simple when they're not part of the household then. I guess she's gonna have to change his diaper here. And maybe... Can you bathe him? Yes. Go bathe him. And then Dirk can go ahead and grill some hamburgers. Yeah, and Hector's having a bath. Nice. Oh, seriously, they don't have any food? Well, I don't think I should take them out on town again. So let's just have Dirk call and order some delivery. Great. Yeah, maybe you can actually take a shower now then that the bathroom is free. Hector should be able to take care of the delivery. Yeah, there's no food though. You can add that to compost. Okay, nice. Accept the delivery first of all. Okay, are you done? I guess yes. Are you also done? Yeah. Let's just put the baby back in the crib if you can. Actually, no, she can't even do that. That's a shame. Give him another cuddle then. Can you put him back in the dangle master? Yes, that she can do. Weird. Okay, Dirk, did you have a shower? No, you didn't. Okay, let's just clean that up and serve dinner, then you can shower later. I think I can make Brandon unselectable. Once Brandi is done, she can also be unselectable. Do you have a lot of mechanical? No, you don't. Okay. Thinking maybe she could work on the sink. I can send it to start. All right. Can you please now grill hamburgers for everyone? Oh, good. Hector is meeting little David now as well. But it's just going to take him to the crib, so that's good. And yeah, okay, Jacob apparently went to sleep. All right. But why don't you... What was his hobby again? Was it fitness? Yeah, it was. Yeah, why don't you just go out back and jump rope or something? Can you just wait with that and do this one? You know, I could set fire to this as well because she has gathered quite a lot of compostable material now. And that would be more efficient out back. It's a little bit risky though. But yeah. So you should actually have your Avery outfit on. And why don't you jump rope? Great, so the food is ready. Hector definitely needs to eat. And yeah, she needs to eat as well eventually. Jacob doesn't need to eat though. So. Oh, okay. I guess Brandi didn't want dinner after all then. Okay, Chloe, where are you? You are all the way over here. Okay. Yeah, why don't you also go have dinner? I think it was a while since Chloe's parents were over actually to their house. So I think it's a nice moment to catch up with the family for Brandon, even though Brandi left, unfortunately. I think that Hector also mentions about what's been going on the Goth side because he was actually invited over for his older sister Kiba's birthday last time. And of course, not only has all of that happened with Jocasta, um, she's now living with her father instead of the Goth family. But also, Hekiba has learned that she will have to keep living with her mother and father in the Goth Manor as she's studying. So I think that Hector is relieved that he actually left when he did because he's found a new home here. He feels safe in a completely different way to, explore himself. And the knowledge that Hekiba actually got stuck where she is tells him that the same thing would have happened to him if he stuck around. So yeah, I think that learning about that, Dirk is a bit concerned about Hekiba as well. He hasn't connected as much with her, but of course she's also his sibling. But he has been worrying about both her and Jocasta, so the news that Jocasta is actually with her father now is probably a relief for Dirk and Chloe as well, who's also been discussing that with her husband. All right. Actually, Hector is a bit tired now, and a lot has happened today. Um, but he also needs to think about his homework, I think. Just gonna check if he has been taught. No, he hasn't actually. I think he might have been like on the way to getting taught before I removed that slower homework mod thingy. So maybe that's something that he should do together with Dirk. But he's in the shower right now, so I guess Hector could grab a cup of coffee. And yeah, I think that Chloe can say goodbye to her father. Or well, to everyone, I guess. Maybe the dogs are still here. I haven't seen them in a while though. Just put that one away. Clean that one up. Oh, yeah, the dogs were actually here. All right. I guess they were just sleeping or something. So Dirk is done with that. You can use the bathroom. No, little Max is watching TV. That's sweet. Ooh, and the dog bed is very dirty. So why don't you take care of that, Chloe? Then, yeah, let's have him head upstairs in preparation. Maybe he can sit down in the chair here. I think Chloe can keep working on repairing this. Okay, so he's been having a fun out there, but yeah, I think he's had enough for now. Looks like he needs some social and he wants to make a friend as well. Trying to think who would be a good candidate for that. Looks like he started to hang out with some of them here. No, he's very close with his cousin, this would be. So why not make friends with Tomoe? That makes sense. Where is the phone? There should be a phone here somewhere. I hope. Usually I put them like in the entrance or in the kitchen. Don't they have a phone? I could have forgotten about it. Not on there. Nope. Yeah, I guess so. All right. Let's add one in. Where's a good spot for it then? Guess maybe here. And he can call Tomboy. So let's ask Dirk for homework help. Okay, you have to stop sitting there. Great. Perfect, they're doing that. And Chloe apparently is back in here. Oh, she fixed the sink. Nice. Right, so is there anything else for her now to do? Right, it's still the garden, so, you know, should we brave it with the fire? I guess let's try it. Burn that one. And yeah, just have her go here when she has started the fire so that she doesn't just stand in it. Yeah, that one's good. Sometimes they like catch fire if they're close enough to each other. Okay, but this one's didn't. Oh, you have to walk through the fire, Chloe? No, stay. Stop. Okay, good. Now that one also caught fire. Stop. Don't walk into the fire, please. I actually don't know if they... oh, good lord. Okay, what is the best course of action? He can run here. And Hector can call emergency. Yeah, I am. I really shouldn't have done this, should I? Oh, thank God. Yeah. Okay. That was a bit too close. Well, she's very exhausted and also needs to use the bathroom and stuff, so let's just have her do that. And Dirk, why don't you take care of the baby? Yeah, I'll be more careful next time. You know, I had a feeling that this was gonna happen. Oh well. It was a long time ago since one of my Sims was on fire. Okay. So Jacob has actually hung up with his friend, and yeah, they made friends. Good. So let's just have you watch some TV, and then you can use the bathroom after your mother. I really should get them a second bathroom up and running. But it feels like the money's always out with this family. They never have quite enough. Yeah, you're not fainting, are you? You know what? Let's just send you to bed. You can shower in the morning. And then Jacob can go ahead and use the bathroom instead. Right, and Hector has actually already gone to sleep. But I wanted to, you know, subtly encourage that, you know, new relationship potential that we saw at the community lot, and have him, you know, just casually call up Jason to have a little chat. So let's see, where is he even? There he is. So Jason is currently together with Poppy Burb, but he's also romance sim, so there is potential there. I'm just gonna have them catch up. And Dirk is already going to bed as well, but I wanted you to have a shower, Dirk. Could you do that, please? Oh, right, and this little guy also actually needs to be taught how to study. So I think actually, instead of doing that, why don't you head in here? And you can go upstairs and ask him for homework help. Oh, he's stinky now. Nice. Just hold on, Dirk. Okay, looks like they're building relationship quickly. Must have a lot in common then. Talking about sports, apparently. Are you into sports, Hector? He is actually. He's interested in sports. That's interesting. Oh, nice. Now Jacob also has to learn how to study. That is perfect. I think I'm gonna keep Hector awake a little while as well, just because he needs to use the bathroom, but I want to send Dirk there first. So why don't you head downstairs and have a shower, Dirk? And yeah, Jacob can go to bed finally. Okay, someone is calling Dirk, but I don't think he has the energy to pick up the phone right now, so just gonna ignore that. Interesting. I have actually locked in this want to purchase a community lot. I think I did that last time. So yeah. Right now it doesn't look very promising that he's gonna be able to afford a second business. But yeah, let's see about that. Oh yeah, speaking of, I should probably just bump up his energy a little bit because he needs to also employ someone for his community lot. So I'm gonna send him to do that after he's done in the shower here. Yeah, for a community lot business. Great, and now you can use the bathroom. All right, so let's see here who I could pick out. Apparently Blair has a silver sales badge. Yeah, let's go with Blair. Sure. Yeah. Great. So next time Dirk actually arrives to his community lot, he's gonna be there and be ready to do some work. So that's gonna be very easy to train him then to eventually potentially take over like a is it called a manager? That they can promote them to a manager. But then that would allow Dirk to not have to be at the business every day if I eventually get him another business. But yeah, I feel like that's far in the future as it looks now. They can't even afford buying a second bathroom. So, but they did buy a lot of clothes today, so that actually also ate up a lot of money. Great. So Hector also has freshened up, and I can send him to bed. Right, so there we go. That was the Dreamer episode for Thursday. And I definitely wasn't planning on having a near-death experience for Chloe, but there you go. Things can always happen. Thankfully, she made it. But I think that she's gonna be very afraid of fires from this point on. So they certainly won't be getting a fireplace. Or if they do, I don't think she's gonna go near it. Yeah, that was pretty terrifying, actually. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how things move along with Hector here. I'm feeling like it's already been starting to get more into his own personality, so that's very nice. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and take care. I'll see you next time. Bye.